The fact that she's happy to come here and enjoys it. And that's what she's like, we're totally coming to this again next year. And I'm going to bring scones.
Okay.
I'm going to bring, she makes scones, sourdough scones.
Get your beer, damn it.
Very enjoyable.
Yeah, but you know, I figure we put the flags in.
So long ago. Well, we had a good lunch together, but hell, that was a year ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. Yes.
Somebody's up with the diving alarm.
This meeting of the U.S. Submarine Veterans Incorporated San Diego Base will come to order. Our creed, to perpetuate the memory of our shipmates who gave their lives in the performance of their duties while serving their country, that their dedication, deeds, and supreme sacrifice may be a constant source of motivation towards greater accomplishments, and to pledge loyalty and patriotism to the United States of America and its Constitution. Please rise and join Scott, who will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
And salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Two.
Chaplain, please. Let me get him his microphone. My mic. Oh, there it is. Here we go. Oh, this organization.
Eternal Father, we thank you for the heritage and liberty we enjoy as Americans, and for the privilege having served in the submarine service. We ask your blessing for our shipmates who have made the supreme sacrifice in service to our nation, as we gather here this evening to honor and remember them. Bless our shipmates who have gone ahead on eternal patrol, and those of our group who are sick, troubled, and bereaved. And bless and protect our shipmates on active duty as they serve in the first line of defense of our nation. We humbly ask this in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Internal Patrol report.
Eternal Patrol. Engineman 3rd Class, Qualified Submarines, John Jenkins, Life Member, qualified on the USS Tunny, SS 282, and you just see God's hands and everything. He also served on SSN 682. He went on Eternal Patrol October 25th, 2025. On the pinnacle list is Jim Pope.
Not yet. The following boats were lost during the month of November. Bell ringer, please strike a toll for the following boats. USS Capeland, SS 289, lost on December 2nd, 1943 with a loss of 76 men. No, I can't be loud. Batteries are going on that one. She was on her first war patrol, but her exact location, date, and cause of loss remain a mystery. She may have been lost to mines or an operational casualty. USS Sea Lion, SS 195, lost on December 10th, 1941 with the loss of 4 men. To prevent her from falling into enemy hands, she was scuttled in Manila Bay after incurring severe bomb damage during the initial Japanese attack. One other Sea Lion man was later captured and died in POW camp. In reality, there were 2. USS F-1 Carp, SS-20, lost on December 17, 1917, with the loss of 19 officers and men when it was sunk after collision with the USS F-3 Pickerel, SS-22, off San Clemente, California. USS S-4, SS-109, lost on December 17, 1927, with the loss of 40 officers and men when it was sunk after being rammed by the U.S. Coast Guard Paulding, salvaged in 1928 and recommissioned. Let's please observe a moment of silent prayer. Amen. Please be seated. I'm going to see if I can move this wall.
More. Put a foot in half.
All right, a little bit more buffer. Before we move on, in case you heard, the diving alarm had a little bit different sound to it than the normal diving alarm. That's because this is a refurbished diving alarm that Steve did for us. So thank you, Steve. Senior Vice, do we have any past officers, new members, or guests present this evening?
We have our past base commander, Fred Fonby. Judy Keene is our visitor, and we have a visiting life member from Idaho, Gary Tillery. Welcome to the...
And I warned him, since he's here, he must tell us about himself.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Went aboard the Thomas Edison in 1974. We went 4 patrols. Boomer out of Hawaii and Guam. And I got out in 1978, returned to San Diego. I came to San Diego, went to college here. Later left, went back to work for Pearl Harbor for about a year as a new test engineer. Didn't much care for that. And I said, well, let me see. I've got a mechanical engineering degree. I'm a former submarine sailor of great prestige. I think I'll be a tire dealer. So I opened up on Adams Avenue in 1984 a little tire store called the Tire Depot. And I was there up until 12 years ago when I sold it. So my wife and I live out in Lakeside 5 months out of the year, but about 10 years ago we started a migration to North Idaho. And that's when I joined a submarine league there, submarine vets. Very, very small group. I only haven't even been to a sub-vets meeting up there for a while, although I have gone to pulling of the bells on Memorial Day several times in the last couple of years, again in North Idaho, a little place called Hayden. And anyway, so I'm here for 5 months out of the year, and I hope to see you guys again. You'll beg my pardon, I forgot my cover, and I intended to wear it. So whatever penalties, I did bring my challenge coin, so you can't go twice on me. But anyway, it's a pleasure to be among other sub-sailors and keep in touch with a lot of guys that I was on the boat with. The Edison, there's 27 of us that email after 50 years, and we still have reunions, not big reunions, but 10 or 12 of us every 2 years. That's coming up in July. Anyway, it's a pleasure being here this evening.
Thank you. Yeah, welcome aboard. We appreciate you gracing us with your presence. Mr. Secretary, how many members are present?
We have 18 members and 2 guests.
18 members, 2 guests. Mr. Treasurer, may we have your report?
Yes. For the month of November, we closed with a balance checking account, $337.55. Savings account had 19,822.26. There were 3 checks outstanding at the time, since have been cleared. And during the month, we expended 2,900 and received 1,900. You all have a recap sheet. Any questions? Stand is read, sir.
Thank you. The minutes of the November meeting were sent via MailChimp. Some of us got weird copies. Gotta like technology. And copies are on the tables. After reviewing the minutes, are any additions, deletions, or corrections that need to be made? Hearing none, the minutes will stand as published. We'll now do our committee reports. Now we'll do the chaplain pinnacle list. All right. Yeah, now we do the pinnacle list. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, you read twice, huh?
Yeah, let's go ahead and read it again.
That's all right.
EN 3.
No, not that.
Oh, Henry Nichols.
Pinnacle.
Jim Pope, Mike Iman, and Chris Roberts. He's in the rehab center after a back surgery.
Chris is Harry's wife. She just had back surgery not that long ago. She will hopefully be off that pinnacle list in January. Parade committee, anything to say?
No parades.
No parades for the rest of the year. We will discuss parades in January, February. Membership committee.
We have 167 members, 2 new members tonight, Michael and Gary. And we have 8 members that are due to pay their 2026 dues.
All right, pay your dues.
Yeah, contact them.
Yeah, we will contact them.
We need to hear from new members. Tonight.
We had already heard from
Oh,
one of them. Who's the second new member?
Michael, over there, active duty.
Oh,
I finally handed in my form.
oh, I was about to say, I'm like,
It's been 6 months.
I'm like, to me, he's not a new member because he got up and he spoke before, and so he's already got his. He's now officially
He was
a new
waiting for the
member.
free dues for 2026.
There's a reason. Smart man.
like 25 years in.
That went right over my head, by the way. All right, scholarship.
Scholarships coming due April 15th. Hopefully people have granddaughter, grandson, or whatever. That'll just be before I go to Western Region.
We'll be doing one scholarship.
Yes.
Storekeeper.
Oh. All I have is calendars, and everybody's got calendars. We're gonna do something different though next year. Next year,
Time flies.
we are going to pre-order calendars. So if you want a calendar, think about it for next year. I'm gonna take a list, because this year I bought 40 calendars, 5 less than last year, and I've still got 24 calendars left. So you can see where I'm coming from. So anyhow.
Yes, Fred. The floor recognizes Fred.
Hi, Fred. My question to Paul is, are we gonna canvass the crowd and we'll all get them in June to tell you how many we want?
We'll do it just before the reunion, before the convention.
Yeah, because we order at the convention and then we get them right before Thanksgiving. So, yes, good question. Thank you. Thank you for the question. 52 Boat Memorial. So we had the cleaning of the 52 Boat Memorial on Saturday after Thanksgiving. It was Paul, Greg, Jack, and I. It took us about an hour and a half. We had to work around some crazy market thing that was down there. It took up all the parking spots, but got it done. They were still nice and clean for the December 7th wreath laying. If you go out there, I think the wreaths are still there. That was a good ceremony. The Point Loma Association will post photographs on the Point Loma Monthly. That's their monthly.
It's a digital format. It's actually under San Diego Union. It's their co-sponsor.
In January, February, we'll talk about all flags. The first all flags will be in April for the birthday. So we'll address that in January, February. For the float is now in its proper parking spot. I happen to be driving by with my truck, and I look over, and the RV that was in our spot was gone. So I swung around and I moved the float. I took advantage. We will be looking at doing some maintenance on the floats before the first parade, which is typically, first parade is in April, so we'll work on the float in March. That'll be discussed January, February. Boy Scouts, Neil.
Yeah, we got 8 of them, new Eagles. There's Christopher Haig, Joseph Saquon, Logan Reese, Christian O'Coffer, Keegan Dudley, Zachary Hader, Trent Brooks, and Casey Coulter. And that happened all at once. They were all the way on at summer camp and things like that. So.
Wow. You know when the next one is going to be, possibly? No. Do you know when the next one's going to be? Next presentation, when?
Well, I've got 3 Eagles coming up, an Eagle board coming up on the 18th of this month.
So 3 more on the 18th. All righty. Thank you. Kip is going to say a couple of words about what we are hoping to get a project going, but I'm going to let him speak for a few moments. He'll speak from right there. Thank you.
Back in 1981, when I was on Sperry, the Sperry Weapons Repair Officer, they decommissioned a Mark 14 torpedo. And that Mark 14 torpedo that you see out at the monument at the sub base, we built that on board Sperry. And I got a couple of pictures here, and I'll let you pass them around. You can see what it looked like on the ship. It's black and white, but anyway, you can get an idea that we did build it. And you'll see that the command office there is Jerry Sullivan, and the XO there is Defoe, if I remember correctly, and the rest of the gang. So if you have any questions on that, but hopefully we got a chance to make it look like it did when we took it off the ship. Right now it looks pretty ratty.
And we're gonna try to work with Master Chief Wallace to see if we can get a working party to fix up the torpedo at the Roncador. I know he's working on a project to get the Roncador itself repaired. I don't know if the torpedo is going to be part of it. Do you know?
I do. So the Roncador, the torpedo, the deck gun that's all kind of out there, Captain Yakrin with Master Chief Wallace, and I don't remember the base Master Chief, base MC, are working it. There's some lead, paint, tobacco, yada yada yada. But
those environmental people.
Yes, the environmental people doing good things, but frustrating our efforts. But they are working it. It is a process. I don't know if you guys haven't been to the sub base recently. It was most of it has been sandblasted in preparation for repainting and restoration.
So there you go. So we'll go down and take a look at it, and we won't have to do a working party. We'll go and see the good deeds that someone else has done, hopefully. Yes, Fred.
I still have a can of Brasso.
Thank you, Kip. All right, tonight's presentation is I called it an ill-fated story, and you'll see why I call it an ill-fated story. And this is about the USS Sea Lion, SS-195. The Sea Lion had a port visit in St. Petersburg, Florida, and the commander decided to do something silly. And he accidentally shot himself in the upper abdomen while cleaning a target pistol in the wardroom. They took him to the hospital and he died later that day. So the first CO of the Sea Lion passed away from injuries off of that submarine. This was his relief. He came in to relieve, he came and took over the command. So Lieutenant Commander Richard Vogue took over as the CO. He would later become the CO of the Sailfish, which was the renamed Squalus. And he would command her for War Patrols 2 through 6. If you remember from last month, the Squalus the Sailfish sunk the destroyer the aircraft carrier with the Sculpin's crew on it on War Patrol number 10. So he was not the CO, but there's again this interconnection of the submarines. So in December 1941, she actually enters the Cavite Navy Yard for an overhaul period. Who's sitting next to her was her sister sub, the Sea Dragon, who was also undergoing overhaul. On December 10th, the Japanese attacked the Navy Yard. Now you have to wonder why on December 10th. It was actually supposed to attack them on December 7th. The original plan of the attack occurring with the attack on Pearl Harbor, but there was this funky thing called fog, and fog at Formosa kept the Japanese planes on the ground and they couldn't take off until the morning of December 10th, and they took off and they went after the Cavite Navy Yard. American fighters, there was about 35 of them, tried to challenge the incoming planes, but the Zeros outnumbered them, took them out, and the bombing commenced. And there is a picture of the Cavite Navy Yard in flames after the attack on December 10th. Hey, this is in Manila Bay, Philippines. Sorry, this is in the Philippines. The first bomb to hit the Sea Lion struck her on the aft end of the conning tower. It destroyed the induction system of the submarine. The blast actually sent shrapnel flying in all directions. And who was sitting next to her? The Sea Dragon. And the Sea Dragon will get damaged. Punctured the ballast tanks, conning tower. They were able to save the Sea Dragon, and she would go out to sea, get repaired, and go on to do good things. But that's not part of this presentation. In the conning tower on the Sea Dragon was Ensign Samuel Hunter. He was hit by the shrapnel coming off of the Sea Lion, and it killed him, making him the first submariner killed in World War II. By the way, there were 5 other members of the Sea Dragon that were also injured in that blast. The second bomb struck above the engine room, actually penetrating the hull and detonating inside. It killed 4 crew members. We'll get to them here shortly. The submarine flooded immediately and sank with 40% of her main deck underwater. She also had a 15% list to starboard. She was not repairable. So they did the only thing that they could do is what they could reach and salvage, they took out. What they could not, they set off depth charges on December 25th inside of her to make sure that she could not be used by the Japanese. So the crew was actually dispersed to other commands, and this is, I didn't realize it until I was actually doing the tolling, that the tolling is wrong. So some of them supplemented Army forces defending the islands, and 2 crew members, First Class Howard Firth and Seaman Harold Gear, they were captured and became prisoners of war. And both of them would perish as prisoners of war. And in the tolling it says 1, but there's actually 2. So this is Chief Howard Firth. I said First Class. He got promoted while he was, it was either posthumously or it was while he was prisoner of war. But he was from San Diego. And he is believed to have died in August of 1942 from dysentery. So, unfortunately, that is what happened to him. We do not have a picture of Seaman Gearhart. He was from Crawford, Nebraska, and he died November 11th of 1944, and his cause of death is actually unknown. Going back to the Sea Lion. Oh, I think I have my slides out of whack. Hold on. No, I guess not. You remember they scuttled her, depth charged her, and dropped her in the water. No, I actually have a slide missing. So by the way, she's sitting next to the pier in the bay, Sangley Point. The Japanese came in and they go, we want to use this pier. So they basically raised the Sea Lion off and they went and dumped it over across the bay near Sangley Point. Well, in 1959, so now this is 18 years later, the wreck is actually found when the U.S. and Philippine forces are building out the base. And they go, hey, there's a submarine. And so they salvaged the wreck and they found the remains of the 4 men still inside. They were removed. 2 were buried at sea. The other 2 were returned to their families for burial in the U.S. I only know of the name of one of them that was buried in the U.S. So you have Chief Foster. He was an electrician's mate. He was from Kansas. Obviously he passed away. Chief O'Connell. He was from San Francisco. You had Ernest Ogilvie. He is actually the kid in the lap. That's him. This is the only picture they have of him. So that's him as a kid. He was from Long Beach. Interesting enough, from Long Beach, California. And he is the one that I know of that was returned because they have a gravestone of him in the United States. And then this is Valentine Paul. He was from Michigan. So those were the 4 individuals who were in the engine room at the time of the bombing. And they were still there at the time of discovery. But this is not the final word for Sea Lion. Let's go back to Commander Vogue. You remember? Not Vogue. Let's go back to who else was on the submarine assigned to it. Lieutenant Eli Reich. He was the XO and the engineer on the Sea Lion. In March 1944, he took command of the second Sea Lion, SS-315. This was a Balu subclass submarine. So he was on the first Sea Lion. Now he's taking command of the second Sea Lion. Under his command, Sea Lion 2 became the only submarine to sink a battleship in battle, and that being the Congo. 4 of the 6 torpedoes that were fired had the names of the 4 lost men from the first Sea Lion on them.
Wow.
And that is the ill-fated story of the C9. We will now take a 6-minute break. Come back at 40. Oh, tapping again. All right. Unfinished business. We're only going to have like a couple of reports. Oh, I guess I forgot something. Some people want their money, so we got to do the raffle. By the way, while we were all doing business, somebody snuck in on us. We're gonna now turn the microphone over to him, and he can tell us all about himself. We want to hear about you.
Well, hello everyone.
He got warned because he was here early.
Okay, so I'm Will Sullivan. I got invited by Ryan. Thank you, Ryan. I was on the drum from 90 to 93-ish. I did 8 years active and 22 reserves. I did 30 total. I retired in 2019. There were, I told some of this already, there were 6 kids in my family, 4 boys, and 3 of us were nuke submarine officers. So my oldest brother is 10 years older. He was on the Haddo, San Diego. He was on the Philadelphia, and he was the XO of the Kamehameha. And my other brother John, he was on the Stonewall Jackson. Out of Charleston. He ended up doing 28 years, mostly reserves. And again, I was on the drum, and then I was at Submarine Training Facility, and then I did reserves. My last name is Sullivan, and my grandfather's, this little Navy trivia for you, my grandfather's second cousins were the Sullivan brothers from World War II. So you're all familiar with the Sullivan brothers. So that's my Navy background. And I like beer. There you go.
Was your brother on the Jackson on the Gold Crew? You remember?
I don't remember.
Because the name is familiar, because I was on the Jackson.
John Sullivan, ugly guy.
Can you reach in there and pull out a number, please? You get this. You get to choose. All right. So the winning ticket for the 50-50 is in 165. So it's 5165 is the last one. How much do we have?
Don't spill the beer.
So 45 going to the winner.
45 to 1.
By the way, trust but verified.
Trust but verified. Looks like it, right? Thank you.
5165. It is. Oh, before you go anywhere.
All right.
Choose another number. So we have 3 read and returns. One's the K129 book. That's really good. And the other one's next number 5281. 5281. All right.
Verified.
Trust but verified.
Great.
So you have, K129 is gone. Now we have the Submarine Escape and Rescue, an anthology from 1851 through 2005. And this is the third one.
All ran off.
Oh, yeah, you need to draw another number.
Oh, you need to come up, draw a number.
Oh, I know the requirements, I forgot.
So where's it?
Here's
Where
the,
you at?
yeah, there, draw. The other one is this book about Japanese attacks on North America. Next number is
5231.
5231.
Probably fall again.
5231. 5231.
I got it. I don't want it though. I'm still trying to finish my last one.
All right. All right. We'll choose another number. 168. 5168. That's gonna be,
Okay.
Is that the one about the balloons?
I have no
No, I'll take
idea.
the other one. Cause that one I've already had.
Oh,
Yeah, I already did that one.
okay.
That's a good book, though. I didn't realize they did all that.
All right, draw a number, draw a number,
Draw number,
draw a number. Your call card, we're scratching the names out of the call card. All right, the last one is 234.
5234.
5234.
Oh yeah, I got that one too.
Roger that. All right. 283. 283. 283.
It's me.
All right. 143. 143. 143.
Nope.
No.
I'm not allowed anymore. I leave them laying around the house.
I think you should have come up with a better excuse than that. 150. 150.
150.
150. That you too? 150?
Yeah, that's on the other end.
230. 230.
Oh, that's me too. You guys gotta buy some tickets.
176. 176. All right. I'll come to you. I'll come to you. How about that? There you go. Oh, I guess I'm a trust but verified. I just want to get rid of the book. I don't care. There we go. Yeah, it's all right. Unfinished business. We had a decent turnout for the Christmas party, 34 people. Becker's Catering did a really good job. We'll discuss in January, February, how we're gonna run the Christmas party next year. The audit of our books was completed by Chris and Kip. That was done on December the 3rd. They say that the records were in accordance with standard account practice methods. They randomly selected items, noted no irregularities. They have a repeat recommendation that we need to vote and provide documentation to the treasurer for approval to pay any non-budgeted items from the account. And they were satisfied that there were no discrepancies in our reports or our records for the treasurer, which is good. Good job, Harry. How much did you pay him?
Don't want to know that.
That's all I have for old business. Anyone have anything they want to talk about in old business? Yes?
I just had a question. I don't know if it's old business, new business. Submarine ball? Are we made aware of that? I know I'm a new member. I don't know a whole lot, but the submarine ball's kind of cool, and I enjoy going to that. Do we get word of that?
Oh yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Especially since we have a member from Squadron 11.
Right here. I'm currently at Squadron 11. I will send the invite to everybody once we have it all figured out.
Yeah, and we all the information will be given out at a meeting, and we typically coordinate with Squadron 11 to sell tickets there.
Oh, some of the best times of my life.
Fair enough.
All right, new business. The only thing I have for new business is something I've been hinting at is in January and February, we are going to plan out the entire year. We're going to decide what parades we're going to go to. We're going to decide when we're going to do the 52 Bow Memorial, all flags, kind of already set. We're going to plan the Christmas party. We're going to plan the July picnic. I know that this past April, Fred recommended us going to North Island or something like that, right? You remember that? I had to go look at the minutes to remind myself. We will discuss that. I will state that I've already told Jack to get us Smuggler's Cove for July, and only because it's easier to take our name off the list than put our name on a list that is already full. So that's all I have for new business. Anyone have anything they want to raise for new business? All right, good of the order. It says 5 minutes. You get 5 seconds for good of the order. I'll recognize any member who wants to speak. Just tell us your name, what you want to say. Before we get to what you want to say, Western Region, the Las Vegas version, registration's going on, wrroundup.com. It's really not that expensive. Our guest speakers is, now I forgot his name. I'll remember it next month for January. He's actually with the Navy Submarine League. He was recruited. National Convention is in September of next year. It's in Corpus Christi, so it's kind of close to us. If you register before the end of the year, they're going to have a drawing to give like a free day.
Your whole stay.
Oh, your whole stay will be free. So that's
At the hotel.
at the hotel in Corpus Christi.
Next to the water.
The last thing I have for good of the order is the post that we are at. They're having their New Year celebration Wednesday, December 31st. It will be they have dinner from 5 to 7, and then they're going to have live music from 7 to 10. So yes, they're going to ring in the new year on like Central Standard Time. But you get to go home and be in bed. So, but it's dinner and music is a $40 donation, $10 cover charge if you just want to show up for the Windjammer, which starts at 7. So that's all I have for good of the order. Anyone else have anything for good of the order? Oh, Jack.
Always, huh?
What's that?
Always.
Always what?
I always have good of the order.
Oh, yes.
So I have 2 or 3 things for good of the order. First one, Bob Oberting. Bob was a member of ours. He's 86 years old yesterday. He called me. He's sorry he couldn't come to the party, but as we know, his wife passed away in October, and he's still in his wheelchair, and his prosthetic didn't work, so I'm going to try to get him to come down in January. He lives in Imperial Beach, and he goes to the Fleet Reserve down there a lot, but he called me yesterday, and I had a long talk, and he said to say hello to everybody. And the other thing was that we went on December 7th, and we put wreaths out on the monuments, and every year I'm really impressed with how we do this. I mean, one year the lady and gentleman, her father was the CEO of the boat, McKnight's. And then on the opposite end of the spectrum, there was a 3 or 4 year old there who put a wreath out for her great grandfather, who was a member of the Trigger. He did not go down with the Trigger. He was transferred from the Trigger just before it went on its last war patrol. So I have a picture of her putting the wreath out there, and it was really amazing. Her father is actually the Cobb on Alexandria. It's Mitch Gaten, right?
Oh, yeah,
He's the Cobb. I just was amazed. She's 4 years old, and she just got a great kick out of it. But she stood right up and saluted. That's great. I haven't got a picture of it. I'll put it in the next season.
Awesome. Thank you, Jack. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else for good of the order? Yes, Mike.
Hey, just real quick, I think we talked about the July one being on North Island. If we decide to do that, and that's what happens, I think I could set up a tour of the Undersea Rescue Command and the PRM. I talked about that earlier, but we will be back by July with a functional system. Hopefully.
Thank you. All right, our next meeting is going to be January 13th. That's the second Tuesday in 2026. I don't want anybody showing up for meetings that don't happen. That's one of the reasons why I want to do the planning in January, February, so that everybody knows. You know, make sure all our meetings don't fall on any holidays or anything, and everything's planned out, and people don't show up, and we're not having meetings. All right. There being no further business, I remind you of this promise. Let no word or deed of mine cause any injury to the person or family of any member. I hereby adjourn this meeting of the United States Submarine Veterans Incorporated San Diego base.
Good job.